Hello everybody. Hello YouTube. Hello art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I'm back with yet another video. Again, hi everybody. If it sounds like I'm a little bit dejected, it's because I am. I have tried this evening for the second time to make the video that I tried to make, maybe, how long ago? Maybe about, 5 or 6 days, maybe about, 4 days ago, regarding the Danny Masterson thing and the connections to Lolita. My second attempt was tonight, and it was also my second failure. So I apologize for that. I don't know whether or not to go through with it anymore. My equipment messed up. It messed up real bad. Once again, the audio was complete doo-doo. And I am just wondering, maybe the universe doesn't want me to talk about this now. Maybe it's not a good time. But I was going to talk about Danny Masterson and his wife, Bijou Phillips, and Bijou Phillips's family and their connection. I thought I wanted to make a video comparing and contrasting the Danny Masterson case and Humbert in Lolita. But it took another turn, and I did a lot of research, and I learned a lot about Bijou Phillips's family. Her father, John Phillips, her stepmother, Michelle Phillips, and the connection of all of that to the, at the time, young star of Lolita, Sue Lyons. And that's the video that I wanted to make, and that's the video that my equipment wouldn't let me make. I'm trying this now. Hopefully it'll take. And I'm not going to make a video about what I originally wanted to make because, again, the universe is just giving me the runaround. So I decided to make a video about something else, a short one, just to see whether or not I tried to fix my stuff, my audio. Hopefully it'll work this time. This is going to be a short video. And let me know if you want me to try yet a third time to make the video about Sue Lyons and, her playing the role of Dolores Hayes and how that had such a negative effect on her and the connections to Michelle Phillips, and the whole thing. Let me know. And again, this is all tied to, I believe, a smear campaign against Stanley Kubrick. Again, this time for the Lolita movie. Usually it's about The Shining and Shelley Duvall and Stephen King, and Stanley Kubrick gets called a misogynist, like, over and over and over again. So that's what that video would have been about. I don't know if I have the strength to try again a third time, but if I get enough positive comments and enough wishes for a third attempt to make that video, then I will, because you guys are the ones watching this and enjoying this. So I will try. If you want me, I'll do it for you. I'll try a third time. But here we are, you guys. Here we are. I'm gonna make a different video, a shorter video. Hopefully it'll take. And I'm just doing this as kind of a test video to see if it'll work. Let me do my church announcements, and let me get into it. It might be old news to you, whatever, what I have to present to you in this short test video, or it might not be. Y'all let me know. But let me do the announcements first. Returning viewers, thank you for returning. New viewers, thank you for being new. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. And all of you, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos if you know somebody likes them. Liking the videos helps me a lot, gets me more kind of traction in the algorithm, and what have you. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I've been going through it lately. I need to do an expose of the. You've heard of the military-industrial complex. I want to do an expose on the medical-industrial complex, the healthcare industry. I don't trust them. I've been going through some stuff. Not me personally, but somebody I care about. A mess. A mess. And they have the nerve to claim that they care about your health and making sure that you live a long, happy, healthy life. And complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. But anyway, y'all, let me get into it. I was going to make, again, like I said, I was going to make a video. I've still got the tabs open about Lolita, but again, I've been thwarted. I've been foiled once again by my sorry-ass equipment. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I make these videos on the cheap. I don't have money for good shit. I gotta rely on this. But let's see if this takes first. So again, me and one of my research buddies, we were trying to figure out this stuff, right? This stuff. These Mesopotamian depictions of these deities holding what's called a bucket and cone. All right? And the bucket and cone, as it says here on your trusty handy-dandy Wikipedia, refer to twin attributes that are frequently held in the hands of winged genies, depicted in the art of Mesopotamia within the context of ancient Mesopotamian religion, particularly in art from the Neo-Assyrian Empire, and especially Assyrian palace reliefs from this period. Sometimes, however, only the bucket is held and the other hand is held up in what may be a blessing gesture. To a lesser degree, such images were also depicted in images from the Neo-Sumerian Empire, Old Assyrian Empire, Babylonian Empire, and Middle Assyrian Empire. Okay? Now, I found a handy-dandy article on that. On what website? Ancient Origins. This website just reminds me a lot of the show Ancient Aliens, so I don't know whether or not to take it seriously. But the article that I'll leave in the description is what are mysterious handbags prevalent in ancient carvings, not just in Mesopotamia. No, but worldwide. Okay. It says here one of the more mysterious symbols that has been found in carvings from the ancient world is an image that looks uncannily like a modern-day handbag. The shape appears, and you can see the picture up here, the shape appears in depictions made by the Sumerians of Iraq, in the ruins of Turkish temples, in the decoration of the Maori of New Zealand, and in crafts made by the Olmecs of Central America. Handbags can be seen in the art of disparate cultures from around the world and throughout time, with the first known instance of a handbag appearing at the end of the Ice Age. Or once it's been pointed out, it's actually quite hard to avoid, and the ubiquity of this mysterious symbol raises captivating questions about its significance and purpose in the ancient world. What deeper meaning lies behind this recurrent and cross-cultural portrayal of handbags, and what might it reveal about the interconnectedness of humanity's ancient civilizations? In this exploration, we will delve into the symbolism and potential implications of this timeless emblem, seeking to unravel the secrets hidden within. Okay. So, like, what's going on with these damn, what they call handbags? I don't know. Looks like, nobody's come to any definitive, conclusion, because they can't, because these civilizations are so ancient, and the way they wrote their mythology, or if they wrote about themselves, the way they wrote about themselves was so mysterious. They didn't talk about themselves literally. They didn't talk about themselves in first person. They didn't report, really, historic events or whatever, just flat out, straight up, or what have you. No, they used allegory, metaphor, symbolism, figurative language, etc., etc. They, oh my God, they sound exactly like what they were, just infuriating. And that's why archaeologists and scholars and researchers have so much trouble trying to figure out what these people were about, what they were really up to, what their goals were, stuff like that. They have the art to go by and artifacts that are found in archaeological digs, and that's about it. We have the images that are left behind, starting with the caves and prehistoric art going on through to Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, etc. Okay, and other cultures all over planet Earth, very similar, always mysterious, always something seems to be hidden, sometimes just below the surface and sometimes way deep down in the surface where you would need all kinds of drills and machinery to get to it. Okay, I'm speaking figuratively. So what's up with these damn purses? Handbags, as they're called. I guess, what did I read or hear somewhere? The difference between a purse and a handbag, whether you're rich or poor. So it's a handbag if you've got the money. If it's a purse, you're working class. All right? So anyway, it's hard to deny that these supposed handbags look surprisingly similar to the contemporary purse. Okay, and it says handbags as representations of the cosmos, possibly. One possible theory for the proliferation of this image is that it's simple and straightforward. It's a simple and straightforward representation of the cosmos. Okay, possibly. The oldest depiction is Göbekli Tepe. All right. What else they got? Göbekli Tepe. Okay, here it is. They got something going on here. They're showing us an image. Carvings of handbags can be found in the Middle East to South America. All right. This one says, when used in Assyrian art, it is said the purse holds magic dust. When depicted in Olmec art, they postulate it contains herbs for getting high. These racist ass interpretations. Because it's in South America, it must be coke, right? How dare they? I mean, how absolutely dare they? I don't know if you found that funny the way I do, but no, I don't think that's okay. What else do they have here? The Maori handbags bear a striking resemblance to the Göbekli Tepe artifacts, both symbolizing profound sense of reverence and gratitude for the wisdom and insight. Okay, whatever. They don't come to a conclusion, now do they? These numerous occurrences of the handbag symbol suggest its role as a cosmological representation camouflaged within the ordinary guise of a household item, specifically a basket. Oh, they've narrowed it down to a basket, have they? Now, this is this article. Okay, this article and the people who wrote it, something tells me deep down in my guts that they have a vested interest in not pointing you in the right direction, or any direction at all, really, regarding the solution to this mystery. Okay, I'm going to point you somewhere. I will, but I'm going to add my own little interpretation too. Check it out. Going back to the bucket and cone page on Wikipedia. I already read that first paragraph to you. Okay. And I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to leave this for you to read for yourself. Now, this part is what intrigued me. Okay. Says uses. Although fully explanatory text regarding these objects are exceedingly rare, from written record it does seem highly likely that they were together employed in rituals of purification, as revealed by their Akkadian, aka Assyrian, Babylonian names, Bandudu, bucket, and Mulilu, purifier. In this case, the fir cone would be dipped in the bucket of water before being shaken in order to ritually purify a person or object. Alternatively, the close association of the objects with depictions of stylized trees has led to the suggestion that it depicts fertilization. In this case, the pollen from the male flower of the date palm would be shaken onto the tree. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, Wikipedia. See, this is why I like them. They just lay it out for you. There's the last sentence of this identity paragraph. It says the bucket was presumably either metal or basketry and is thought to have held either holy water or pollen or perhaps both. Now, this makes sense to me. This makes a whole lot more sense to me than cocaine. Okay. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I wanted to show you the modern day equivalent to this that you might not think of. Maybe you've seen this and read articles about it and conspiracy theorists speculating about it and here, there, and everywhere. Listen, let me show you. Let me show you. This thing, this object, it is called an aspergillum. Okay? Aspergillum, little sprinkler, less commonly, aspergillium or aspergilli, is a Christian liturgical implement used to sprinkle, you guessed it, holy water. It comes in three forms: a freshly cut hyssop branch, a brush-like bundle that is dipped into holy water and shaken, and a perforated mace-like metal ball with a handle. That's over here on the right. Some have sponges or internal reservoirs that dispense holy water when shaken, while others must periodically be dipped in an aspersorium, holy water bucket, known to art historians as a situla. Okay. So the uses. You can read all about this, but I'm concentrating on the use that I'm most familiar with during a Catholic Mass. So yes, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes during a Catholic Mass, maybe on special days, the priest just walks up and down the aisles, just a sprinkling everybody with this holy water that's held in, what is it? What do they call it? An aspersorium, or according to art historians, a situla, and this aspergillum, little sprinkler or holy water sprinkler device. Okay, doesn't that remind you of this year? It reminds me of this year. That's one of the first things I thought of. Then there's this, right? This is the situla, plural, situlae, from the Latin word for bucket or pail, is the term in archaeology and art history for a variety of elaborate bucket-shaped vessels from the Bronze Age to the Middle Ages, usually with a handle at the top. All types may be highly decorated, most characteristically with reliefs and bands or friezes running round the vessel. Okay. So you can check this page out in your own time too. Not quite. I want to show you what this looks like when a priest does this. The asperges is the rite of sprinkling a congregation with holy water. Like I said, when they get to sprinkling. The name comes from the first word in the 9th verse of Psalm 51. Psalm 50 in the Vulgate and Septuagint in the Latin translation, which is sung during the traditional form of the rite, or optional in the ordinary rite, except during Eastertide. The 51st Psalm is also one of the antiphons that may be sung in the rite under the Mass of Paul VI. Okay, Psalm 51. Have mercy upon me, O God. Oh, okay, that's Psalm 51. One of the penitential psalms in the 51st Psalm of the Book of Psalms, beginning in English in the King James Version, have mercy upon me, O God. Okay, let me take a look at this. I just got to now. What does it say? Do they reprint it? 51. Oh dear. Well, I am so happy that I clicked on this here. King James Version. Now, wait a minute now. This is, have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee, thee only, have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. Is it shew or show? Somebody help me. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else I would give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shall thy offer bullocks upon thine altar. Now, they talk about the different uses in the different religions of this, Judaism, Eastern Orthodox, Catholic Church, etc. In English common law, well, golly. All right, in medicine, what? Excuse me. It has been suggested that verse 7, purge me with thy hyssop and I shall be clean, is an early example of the medical use of penicillium, the initial source of penicillin. Wow, that's interesting. But what does intrigue me about this page is, it says right here, the parallels between Psalm 51 and the ancient Egyptian ritual text opening of the mouth ceremony have been pointed out by scholar Benjamin Uritia. Sorry, before I made this video, I talked for over 2 hours on the subject that I told you I wanted to make that video about, that you've been waiting for, and I'm a little hoarse, and post-nasal drip is not helping, so please bear with me. Anyway, so now let me go back here, and we see, a picture of a priest actually doing the sprinkling. All right. Or actually not a priest, just a priest, a bishop. Okay, sprinkling the congregation, yes. Okay, there's his little bucket there. And it looks an awful lot like what we're seeing here in this thing. So there's a pine cone, there's the little, what they call a handbag. I don't believe it. I believe that it's a little bucket. And I believe the pine cone, the point of the pine cone is to, serve for sprinkling the water. Or maybe what Wikipedia just said, the penicillium. Whatever. Now, that sounds like an open and shut case now, don't it? Or as good as we can do in this situation regarding this ancient imagery that nobody has been able to figure out yet. Oh, okay. It's not some weird thing like the conspiracy theorists are saying. It's just a bucket or a basket. And baskets, yes, if they're woven tightly enough, they can hold water pretty well. Or it's just a vessel for water with a little handle. And the pine cone is the sprinkler. Okay. Like I said, that sounds nice and neat and tidy. Mystery solved, right? No. Absolutely not. There's more, in my opinion, that I'm going to add to this, what I just read to you all. And I again, when I saw this, yes, my thoughts turned toward Catholicism. And like I said, I think growing up, we were a real good, real strict Catholic family. We went to church, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, usually Christmas, Palm Sunday, and Easter. And if I recall correctly, that's when maybe priests would do the sprinkling, as far as I remember, on Palm Sunday. I could be completely wrong. I can be completely and totally and utterly wrong. But, next time that part of the year rolls around and I find myself in church, if I find myself in church, I don't know. I'll let you know. But, again, okay, so it's water. All right. If it's water, possibly pollen mixed with water, it's not cocaine. I just don't believe it's cocaine. The nerve. of some of these conspiracy theorists, which you know me, I'm an avid consumer of conspiracy theories, and I've said it time and time again. I love reading them. Do I believe them? No, not really. Some of them, possibly, maybe, or I believe they're a jump off point for doing your own fucking research and learning as much as you can, if it's something that interests you. Okay. But yeah, I just don't take their word for it at this point. I used to eat it up. Now I'm extremely skeptical. When I was younger, I thought, oh yeah, they've solved all the shit. No, they haven't. And I actually think they're there not to solve anything, not to clarify anything, but maybe to muddy the waters. And that's their real purpose for doing all of the shit that they do. I'm referring to conspiracy theorists now. There might be some good ones out there, just like there might be some good psychics. You know, there might be some people who really can talk to the dead. I don't know. Y'all tell me. But it doesn't end there. Okay, the little thing, the bucket, and where's the thing? So it says bucket and cone. Okay, so the bucket and cone. The bucket is for holding the water and or pollen, and the cone is for sprinkling. Okay, so it's about water, right? That's not the end of it. It says in this Wikipedia article that maybe it depicts fertilization. Maybe it's, pollinating a date palm. All right. And maybe it's purifying a person or an object or whatever. Kind of like in Catholicism when the priest walks up and down and sprinkles. It's a purification thing, right? Akin to like baptism. Yeah. But I think there's more to it. In my own personal little conspiratorial mind, I think that the world and the way it's run and all of the evil that we see, if not experienced firsthand, but we see maybe on a secondhand basis, reading the news and following current events, politics and whatever, all of the evil that we're exposed to and we just kind of take for granted in the world that we live in. There's economics, there's politics, there's geopolitics, and that's possibly or probably always been the name of the game, going all the way back to civilizations like the Mesopotamian ones. Let me show you this image while I'm talking about it. Eagle-headed demon, it says. Okay. So, and what has that always been about? Where does religion come from? Mesopotamia, as far as I know. And what has religion always been about? In my opinion, based on what I've seen, read, etc. It's been about controlling people. It's been about controlling people and getting them to bend to your will. And how do you do that? Well, by controlling natural resources. And when you think of natural resources, probably the first thing that you think of is like petroleum, gasoline, and so on. Yeah, I guess so. In the industrialized world, fuel of that type is very important. But something else is very important too. The control of something that we really take for granted, water. Just imagine, I live in Los Angeles, California. Without the plumbing that we have here and all the water coming from, I don't know where it comes from, but it comes from somewhere. But without that source of water, the place where I live, it would be a desert. It would be a complete and utter wasteland. Unfit for people to live there. Or here, rather, in LA. Water is extremely important. You can't have life without water. You can't have agriculture without water or access to water. And from what I've been told, farmers, just in general, are really, really serious about securing and maintaining their water sources. And the Mesopotamian culture is all about agriculture. That's where apparently it comes from. They were the originators of stuff like that. So it would make complete sense that they put in pictures, in their art, deities that are shown controlling water. Maybe this bucket and the sprinkler, maybe, and it's an eagle-headed demon, so an eagle's a bird. And what birds do, especially eagles, they fly. They fly high in the sky. So this is a deity, whichever one we're looking at in this image, that, their domain is the sky, or they have mastery of the sky and flight. And they happen to be holding, I think, a bucket of water and a cone, a pine cone, for sprinkling the water. Is this deity in charge of the rain? And whether or not there's enough water, or whether or not there's a drought, or something like that? Possibly. So maybe this is a religious or mythological explanation of where water comes from, and who and what controls it, and the conditions, and the so on and so forth. Maybe that's what's going on with this damn bucket and cone thing. And that started, again, all the way back in an ancient culture like Mesopotamia, or an ancient civilization and the cultures within it. And that stayed with people, human beings, in various forms throughout the evolution of religion and religious images and beliefs and mythology, all the way down to Christianity, to the point where we have basically this during a Catholic Mass, and we think it's to purify our souls, when it has nothing to do with any of that. That's all I'm going to say. I've already been talking for a half hour. Okay, I'm going to let you go and see whether or not this damn video takes. Y'all let me know what you think about this. I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. I'm just so angry and frustrated. And I said I want to make this video, but the thing won't let me. And if I get enough positive feedback in the comments to this video, I will go ahead and try a third time just for you guys. Okay, if it would anybody else, no, but you guys, I'll try. I'll give it my all. So let me know in the comments. Let me redo my church announcements, and then I'll let you go. Church announcements, quite ironic, eh? Returning viewers, thank you for returning. New viewers, thank you for being new. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos if you know anybody who might be interested in my nonsense. And again, especially please like the videos. That helps me out a lot. And I can't wait for the comments. Let me know what you think about what I've talked about here, or again, doing that video or trying to do it a third time or whatever. Again, I apologize for making you wait. I've had some shit going on. Please forgive me. And that's it. That's it, and that's that, and that's all. I'm done with this one. Until next time. Until the next video where I find yet another reason to talk at you, I'll go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.